Hi, I'm Steve, the introverted traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are hiking to Indian Point in the Columbia River Gorge near Cascade Locks in northern Oregon. Along the way, we will pass through beautiful forests, experience an icy landscape, and encounter something that is very rare for the Pacific Northwest in winter: the bright, shining sun. All this and much more on this Introverted Travels. Greetings, and I'm back yet again on yet another adventure. And today, well, amazingly, it's the 1st of December here in the Pacific Northwest, and it's not raining, sleeting, snowing, hailing, tornadoing, out of fingers, hurricaning, or in general apocalypsing whatsoever. No, it's actually, for December in the Pacific Northwest, a nice day. However, you know that the weather can't just let us have a nice, peaceful, pleasant day. No, not in December in the Pacific Northwest. No, it is now windy and cold. It's not quite icy yet, but I can feel the icy grip of the Grim Reaper coming in any day now. So there's going to be sheets of ice everywhere. There's going to be icebergs floating through the streets. I mean, the only thing we'll need after that is the penguins. And I like the penguins, so I'm not complaining about that. But in short, it's cold. I don't like the cold. You see me in shorts and a tank top like 9 months out of the year. This is not my weather, but it is what it is. And today I'm out, well, surprise, surprise, I'm out in the middle of the freaking woods on my way to Indian Point via the Herman Creek and a whole bunch of other trails that all trails just like to slam in the one single title that I couldn't possibly memorize because I'm old. So, according to that toxic relationship that is all trails, today's hike is going to be give or take 8 miles, which means today's hike is going to be give or take 80 miles. Because, and go ahead and take your shot, fill out your bingo card, whatever you do now during these introductions, because I say the same damn thing every single time, but all trails sucks. All right, you know where I am. You know that it is the second coming of the Ice Age out here at the moment, and you know that all trail sucks. The meat and potatoes, so to speak, of this video, unfortunately, the trailhead, which is relatively small, it's down a little bit of a dirt road, it's in the middle of kind of nowhere, 8 other cars today, and that's almost the capacity of the entire parking lot. So 9 cars including me, but I'm exempt because I'm just awesomeness personified. But if you do the introverted math, well, if you do that math, you'll know out here today there's too many freaking damn people. I've already seen some people. They were sloughing their way up the trail very slowly. They were talking, they were chattering, and they were otherwise being absolutely freaking intolerable. But you've heard this speech. You've literally heard this introduction because I've made it like 9,000 times. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it short today because you know it's freezing. You know it's the middle of almost winter. You know I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and you know that people exist. So you know I'm utterly miserable. I mean, that's a recipe for my misery. Also, the wind is gusting, and I'm really terrified that a tree is about to crush me right now. So I'm gonna make this short, but we're gonna go up to the peak. We're gonna possibly go to the peak, although the trail to the peak is not a sanctioned trail. It's not a Forest Service trail. This trail leads us to that trail. But to me, when I see that written on all trails, it means that once again, we're going to be exposed to one of all trails' patented fiery death trails. I mean, it's going to be some sort of weeded path full of rocks and canyons and flames and fireballs falling from the sky, and all trails is going to try to kill me once again. So I may not even take that trail, but we're going to go up on the official path, and we're going to see what we see. So we may or may not make it to the peak, but I don't want to die. It's too cold to die. I want to go home in the warmth of my bed and die there like a normal human being. That's where we are. That's what we're doing. Enough of this. Let's just go get the misery over with. So I can go back to my car and I can get the hell out of this freezing weather. I am currently witnessing a miracle, so I decided to turn on the GoPro to share it with all of you. There's something that I'm experiencing right now that only happens maybe 2 or 3 times a year here in the Pacific Northwest. The sun is out. I mean, yes, today is literally the icy apocalypse, and I feel like every extremity of my body is going to freeze and fall off. But lo and behold, the sun. I mean, I haven't seen that thing since I don't know. What day is it? What month? Screw that. What year is it? That's how long it's been. But yeah, a very rare occurrence. The sun has decided to poke its way out of the haze here before it, probably before it goes behind a mountain or a cloud, because there's a plethora of those here in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, if we're lucky, it might stay around for 5 or 10 minutes, but I'm not usually that lucky, and don't hedge your bets on that one. But yeah, so far, I've only seen 2 people. Of course, that was 2 people too many, but it's quiet out here at the moment, and the sun is out. And that can, in theory, bring happiness and joy into my heart, but I don't trust it. It's like, for those of you who are parents or even dog parents, when the house is suddenly really quiet, and it makes you really nervous because something is about to happen or is going on as we speak. That's what it feels like out here. I mean, I feel like I'm gonna be walking down this trail and all of a sudden there's gonna be like a birthday party around the corner and they're gonna look at me and go, "Hi, hello, good morning, come join us, let's have a small talk." And I'm gonna be like, "Ah!" And the sun's gonna be out as I'm running and screaming down the trail. I'm just waiting for that other shoe to drop, that other people-filled freaking shoe. But so far, no. So far, there are people on this trail somewhere, but at the moment, it's sunny. It's still freezing like Antarctica out here, but it's relatively people-free. This is a conundrum, or a trail puzzle, as you might say. So this is the permit box, this is regulations, you're supposed to have a day permit, blah blah blah. We've gone over this before and I've ranted many times. However, in this particular case, when I opened up the box, well, there's little pieces of paper that people have brought with them, but there's no official permits in this box. Now, for somebody who has the severe obsessive compulsive disorder that I do indeed have, this is wrong. There's supposed to be envelopes in that box, and you're supposed to be able to fill them out. They're supposed to have little tags. You're supposed to tear it out, and you're supposed to be able to take it with you. I mean, it's like burning into my brain that I can't do that. However, being the intelligent, introverted nutcase that I am, I realized that there were little slips of paper in there, so I just tore a piece off one of them, and I have a pen. Always bring a pen with you into the wilderness, because again, you never know the conditions, and you never know when you want to recreate an episode of MacGyver, and a pen is like, I mean, that's like literally every plot line on MacGyver. Yeah, so I had a pen, I improvised. But yeah, it's hard being, mentally insane out here in the forest when your OCD says to do one thing and the trail box is like, "No, we're out of paper and the rangers haven't been around for a while." Blah, blah, blah. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. And there's people coming, so I have to go scream now. Well, this is awful. The good mornings and the hellos have started. And once they start, they flow like champagne out here in the Pacific Northwest. I swear, everyone just wants to be friendly, without, of course, regard to anybody's individual needs or any sort of diversity that you might encounter on the trail. No, you gotta shove your social protocol in everyone's face and say hi. But what I will tell you, aside from that nonsense, is look at this. That is ice. That is pure ice. Now, if you watch any fantasy or science fiction movies or reading in the books or comics or whatever, there's been theories that hell isn't a fiery burning pit. It's the exact opposite. It's a cold, icy wasteland. And having encountered a bunch of people already and heard the good mornings and the hellos and the niceties, I can tell you that I'm working on that theory too. I mean, look at this. It's icy as hell out here. It's cold, and there's people. I mean, that's hell in a handbasket right there. And there's a dog barking through the wilderness, and that's happy. There's like 3 or 4 dogs barking through the wilderness, which again it's a happy thing. But yeah, it's icy, and I may be in hell. There's like a dog fight going on up there, so either it's a wild animal or the dogs don't like people either. I don't blame them. So yeah, ice, hell, dog fights in the woods, all sorts of weird chaos going on out here this morning. The views are getting better in that direction. In this direction, however, which you can't really see because it's through trees now, but looks like the foggening is happening in that direction, and it's slowly coming in this direction. So we have that to look forward to. But what I will tell you is I'm on a trail that is horribly overgrown. I mean, it's barely a trail. It's a trail. I'm not really, I mean, I'm complaining, but I just do that by default, and that's just by nature. But there's barely a trail here, is what I'm trying to say. And yet, I am still seeing people. Oh, this proves a theory that I've been working on for quite a while. In that direction is Portland. The people from there usually are the ones I see out here. And they are so desperate to get away from weird traffic and the poetry slams that happen on literally an hourly basis. Just you'll be on the street corner and somebody will suddenly instigate a poetry slam in the streets of Portland. People are so desperate to get away from that weirdness that they're out here. They would literally take a overgrown weird death trail to bad traffic and poetry slams. And I really kind of don't blame them. I mean, I don't like sitting in traffic, and I really don't like poetry slams. So guess where I am? Weird death trail. But it's Sunday, so weird death trails to me is like breathing. I mean, it's like you wake up, you go to the bathroom, you take your shower, you go out for a weird death trail hike, and then you go home. I mean, that's just Sunday. That's every Sunday for me. But yeah, what I'm basically saying, the moral of this rambling, incoherent story is Portland is so intolerable in everything that people would rather come out here and almost die in the woods. I mean, literally, they're walking on this weird ass trail that I mean, it's half frozen, for heaven's sakes. We'd rather be out here in the frozen tundra of hell than poetry slamming in the Rose Garden of Portland. So apparently I passed a point that's marked on the AllTrails map that indicates good views, but I can tell you there's no good views today. The foggening, literally the wind is blowing it in my direction. Wonderful, just wonderful. The foggening has hit. There's little tiny bits of snowflake falling from the sky. Not much, not enough to be alarmed by, but The soup has rolled in. It is windy. It is miserable. But I'm alone. There's not a person to be seen. I haven't seen a person in like probably an hour, 45 minutes. I don't know. I'm going sloth-like up an incline, so I've kind of lost track of all space and time. But yeah, I mean, I'm in probably life-threatening conditions. More than likely. I don't know. It's Sunday. It's always trying to kill me. But there's no people. So snowflakes and fog is the price to pay for no people. As I'm making this video, my battery goes out, so I've literally had to take 5 minutes and change the battery and do all that stuff. More snowflakes are falling. I mean, it wasn't even supposed to be snowing or raining or anything today. But no, I'm getting tiny snowflakes. I'm getting rolling banks of fog. I'm literally getting the end of the world out here, but I'm alone. So really, it's an introvert's conundrum. Should I keep going into what probably is certain death and certain doom, but solitude? Or should I go back the other way and, well, I don't even know I'm going to be able to see the other way now, because look at this. And possibly face more people coming up this way. I think I'm going to choose certain doom, because at least certain doom's not going to say hello or good morning to me. I mean, it's the Grim Reaper. The Grim Reaper doesn't really say much. He just points at you. You know, go into the abyss and it's done. People try to small talk you. That I choose death. Is it small talk or death? I choose death every single time. But I am hoping, miracle of miracles, that I'm going to go this way and I'll survive. Fingers crossed. Frozen freaking fingers at this point. But yeah, that's what's happening out here. Literally the end of the world. I mean, there's the abyss. I mean, you can literally see the abyss right in front of me. Nothing says tranquil like being in a foggy, spooky, desolate, burned out forest in the snow, or the tiny snowflakes that are falling. I'm not exactly sure this is a snowstorm yet, but yeah, there's nothing horror movie about this at all. Oh no, nothing bad can happen now. Not out in the desolate hellscape that is Iceland here. I'm panting because it's snowing. And I don't want to get stuck in a snowstorm. So I'm moving forward because I'm almost to the very top, which is the highest of the hike, and then I'm going to start going down. So why am I talking to you? I could die and I'm narrating on a GoPro. I swear my survival instinct. It's all those damn Portland poetry slams. They've just like melted my brain. Let's go. Snow, blizzard, death. You get the point. Let's go. We have officially reached the junction of Ridge Cutoff Trail and Nick Eaton Trail. I don't know. It's snowing and icy and very scary up here. I don't even know where the hell I am. I don't know what I'm doing. I just know there's ice, there's snow, and this is the trail. This is the side trail, the unsanctioned, as far as what All Trail says. Of course, we should always believe. Well, I can't even say that with a straight face. But this is the unsanctioned trail that takes you up to Indian Point. But yeah, I'm in a frigid hellscape at the moment. There is fog all around me. There is ice. And there's the ever-lingering presence of death. Also, I just saw some other people. So I'm going to go that way because those other people went that way. I mean, forget the snow and the ice and the frost and the potential death. There's people in that direction. So we're going to go this direction. Oh, so I should also mention that in addition to the fog and the ice and the crunching trail, there's also weird cracking, banging noises as snow and ice falls from trees in the woods. So yeah, it's absolutely terrifying out here. I mean, you know all those bad dreams you had as a kid where you were running through the forest and something was chasing you? Welcome to the Columbia River Gorge, folks. Whose bright idea was this? Oh, let's go out in the Columbia River Gorge today. It's just going to be ice storms, snow, and certain death. Genius. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try not to die. So let's go not die in this direction. Crunch, 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 crunch. Stomp! It's making me feel like it's snowing out here, but what's happening is there's ice in the trees, and every time the wind blows, little flakes of ice are falling out. Now, I know this because I just got hit in the head with a giant snowball. Hang on. Yeah, so it's windy. Snowballs are flying at my head, but I'm now on the decline, which means more ice is being tossed at me. I'm gonna step over here out from the canopy. Maybe it will stop icing me. But yeah, we're losing elevation now. We're going downhill, so I'm hoping that this is the end of it. But yeah, I mean, this isn't the first time I've been in snow on these videos, but and this isn't exactly snow. This is it was snow, then it melted, then it froze, and then it's got a light. It's a complicated snow formula out here in the Columbia River Gorge of the Pacific Northwest. But yeah, this isn't exactly my preferred weather, and I don't want to get beamed with another snowball. So we're going that way. Okay, so I was wrong. The trail to Indian Point is actually that way, but the wind's picking up and it's getting even more ice hell out here than it was before. So we're gonna scurry. We're gonna go because this is scary. Wow, this is lovely. I don't want to die in snow. I mean, if I'm going to die in snow, I want to die in cool snow. You know, being murdered by penguins, not out here amongst the trees getting hit in the head with icicles. Well, I've seen the Columbia River again, and that's a good thing, but I'm also being hit in the face with icy wind. I swear, this mountain is trying to kill me today. All trails is trying to kill me every hike. Sundays are trying to kill me every hike, and this mountain in particular is just trying to kill me today. It is freezing. The wind is whipping up. The weather sucks. Life sucks. Politics sucks. Everything sucks. And I don't know if I can feel my hand. I definitely can't feel this side of my face. So I'm trying to get down there. Of course, I look down there and there's like huge waves on the Columbia River, and I have to drive home on the freeway that runs right by it. Well, if it's any consolation to myself, at least there's hardly any people out here today. This is what I have to do. I have to hike in the frigid, windy, icy, stormy weather just to get away from the rest of you. And frankly, having half my face frozen off is less painful than engaging in social niceties. So win-win, really. just for the record, if I die today on this hike, if there's anything out here that's going to kill me, it's not going to be the snow, it's not going to be the ice, it's not going to be the exposure to other people, although that comes pretty damn close. No, it's going to be all these little tiny vines, these things that are all over the trail. I have tripped like 90 times. I keep snagging my foot on them. They're everywhere down here. And yeah, eventually I'm going to go flying. I'm gonna go flying right into like a down tree limb or something, and I'm gonna die. I am gonna die, and that's gonna be the lamest way to die. There are so many cool ways for me to die out here. I could have died in the frost and the snow. A tree could fall on me. I could fall off a cliff. I could be exploded by an exploding volcano. But no, I'm gonna die by these stupid freaking ow, ow! And they have little freaking needles on them. This is worse than humans. This is like being exposed to humans with thorns. I swear, nature's trying to kill me. I mean, first it was all trails, and now it's just nature in general, which nature tries to kill me every week, but I got a boo-boo on my finger. It's so time for me to go find my car. If there was ever a time for me to go find my car, it's right now. So I'm gonna go find my car. So I have probably about a mile. I actually haven't looked at all trails. I've been trying not to trip on vines, get hit in the head with more snowballs, and in general not die. So I'm assuming, as the last time I looked, I had like a mile and a half, and that was quite a while ago. So I am about roughly a mile from the trailhead, and thus about a mile from my car, roughly. So it's a good time, as good as any, to do our trail rating. For those of you who've never seen this video, and that's about 99.9999% of the population, so I will explain. We rate the trails on a scale of 1 to 10. It's an introversion scale. So 1 is the worst scenario for an introvert, and that would be Disneyland on the 4th of July. And that is a time in which the dark forces have torn from the center of the earth and have come out the top of Space Mountain. Demons are flying through the air. They're all dressed like Tinkerbell, of course. Mickey and Minnie are possessed. They are trying to suck the blood of all the tourists. They've turned into vampires in this scenario. And churros are literally, you have to buy them on a payment plan. I mean, that's how bad churros are. You have to get a loan from a bank for 1 churro, and then you have like a 72-month period to pay off those churros. So, in other words, it's noisy, it's expensive, it's busy, it's chaotic, it's awful, and there's vampires and demons and people all over the place. So, that's introvert hell. Introvert nirvana, on the other hand, is just you by yourself in the middle of a field in Antarctica with your genetically modified and bloodthirsty, although they won't kill you because you are their leader, army of trained mutant penguins. You're surrounded by angry quacking, and that's it. Not a soul for hundreds of miles, and if somebody comes by, the penguins will eat them. I mean, that to me is introvert nirvana, introvert heaven. So, on that scale of 1 to 10, of really bad for an introvert and really cool for an introvert, this particular trail today falls into about a 6. It wasn't perfect, unfortunately, because, say it with me, there were people. However, nature was angry enough and trying to kill us all enough that it kept a lot of the people away. Now, normally, you know, trails will be rated on how hard they are or how dangerous they are. Usually if it's hard and dangerous, there's not going to be a lot of people. So that's good for introverts, because if we're willing to take the risk, and frankly, if I can get away from humanity for even 5 minutes, I'm willing to, you know, walk the crater of an active volcano. And then us introverts can be rewarded with the fact that our trail is basically people free. So it's really kind of I wouldn't call it an introvert's dilemma, but it's it's an introversion cost ratio problem. You know, when the threat of death goes up, the threat of people goes down, and at some point you got to find the balance there. I mean, introverts don't want to die, they just don't want to be around people. Yes, being around people is death, but you know what I mean, you get it, I think. So this particular trail was actually a relatively good balance because there wasn't anything inherently dangerous other than the weather conditions. So under normal circumstances in the summer or whatever, you probably, well, unfortunately you'll probably get more people because it's going to be, see, there you go, there's the cost and benefit ratio problem peaking out again. If it's summer, then there's probably more people here because it's less dangerous. This is the type of introvert calculus that goes through my head all the time, on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, on a minutely basis, really. But today, the calculus worked out in my favor. That's where I am on the trail rating. Now, the misery index, scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being complete fiction, no misery, and as you can tell, I'm always miserable to 1 degree or another, usually higher, but a 5, of course, being the worst misery I could ever personally experience. And I constantly, pretty much every video, break that scale and, you know, go to 5 gazillion. I go so high I have to start making up numbers. Today, however, despite the fact that nature was trying to kill me, I don't mind that. You know, that doesn't bring me misery, that brings me, you know, fear and terror, but I'm not miserable. When the mountain bikers that I just passed, yeah, okay, I was miserable, but overall, I think the worst it got was about a 3. Now that the mountain biking demons have passed me, I'm back down to about 2.5, so pretty much my default of misery. And overall, not a terrible day. I mean, terrible weather and incredibly dangerous, but not terrible for my purposes. So that's where we are on the trail rating today. That's where we are in the misery index. And this is where I am in life in general. I'm headed back down. I'm headed back to my car. I'm headed into my car, and I'm headed home to get back to my room and hide for the rest of the week. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll see you soon. All right, so according to the coded abomination that is all trails, I have less than half a mile to the trailhead, and thus less than half a mile to my car, and less than half a mile to my escape back to my room and my wonderful warm house for the rest of the week. So that means it is time for all of us to say our goodbyes. Before we do that, let's do a quick recap. Today, I took a conglomeration of trails up to Indian Point here in the Columbia River Gorge. And along the way, well, I unfortunately saw some people, but I also saw some cool views. I saw thick fog, I saw ice, I saw snow, and although it was terrifying, it was also very, very beautiful. I mean, some of the most beautiful things in the world are terrifying. Ask my wife. She's a good example. But now, it is time for us to say our goodbyes. So, you know what's coming. Stay introverted. And of course, I'll see you in the next adventure.